The river in itself is a force. It's a beautiful force of nature. There's a lot going on inside and around it. And as you discover the different layers of the river, you become more and more excited. Of course, the most immediate one is that it gives sustenance to people, but it gives sustenance to nature. It is an enormous source of biodiversity. I don't know, I can't be poetic enough, and I'm not a poet, I'm a cook. But all I can say to you is that you feel with a sense of satisfaction when you engage in the contemplation of the river. When we talk about the Murray, we're talking about the Darley, we're talking about the Beegie, we're talking about Lachlan, we're talking about the Goulburn.
The Murray is the lifeblood of Sunraysia. There isn't any doubt about that whatsoever. I mean, when the drought started to kick in, you had all of a sudden, whoops, no lawns, whoops, no gardens. So you had people, old people, almost people my age, were going out bucketing water to their garden.
The Murray's always been a really good resource of water, which makes the land around it quite fertile. So farmers are drawn to that permanent water source and they begin to start channeling that water source for their own needs. But of course it's okay when a few people do it, but when an agricultural sort of industry builds up over a long period of time, you get more and more people taking their little share, which means that there's really nothing left for the river system. And particularly once you get further downstream, which is where the real trauma to this system is happening, then you've got no water left at that point. And of course, because people have a voice, we're the ones that are able to say, no, I want my share of water, I need my share of water, where the environment is not able to do that. And it's not until people recognise the damage that's occurring and actually become the voice of the environment that we can see some kind of change happening.
The Just Add Water campaign has been about giving ordinary Australians the chance to chip in a few dollars to help ACF buy water back for internationally significant wetlands like Hattah Lakes National Park.
I felt I wanted to get involved with the Just Add Water campaign because I felt that finally I'd been given an opportunity to really feel like I could personally make a difference. All of a sudden there was kind of this community collective saying, we actually want change, the community's been shouting for change, the government's not listening, so let's just do it anyway.
I've been a member of ACF for a long time. In this case, I think I got a letter from ACF about the Just Add Water campaign, and it just struck a chord with me as something practical I could do. I don't have a lot of time necessarily to work on campaigns, but I am fortunate enough to have the ability to do something like help buy some water.
The Murray is really important, and all of the communities that exist on the Murray and all the farms that depend on the water coming from the Murray know how important it is, and they have been fighting for their rights to the water to be upheld because they know how vital that water is to their existence. I guess what we haven't heard so much about is that the environment is also absolutely dependent on that water, and until recently that voice really hasn't been heard. And I guess the Just Add Water campaign is all about adding a voice to the Murray's ecosystem to ensure that that voice is being taken into account and that water is being returned to this ecosystem, because in the end we're all going to lose if this system collapses.
So probably 14, 15 years since this lake's received water. We're hoping once we fill Lake Mournpool that we can spill over into this lake, Lake Yelwell, and fill this lake. Hopefully we can get the water out to the edge of the lake and get to the foot of the red gums and give the red gums a drink.
We understand that if the environment isn't working, ultimately we're not going to work.
Just imagine this landscape without the rivers. And if we do not look after them, they may be reduced to a trickle or to nothing, or to a series of polluted ponds.
The success has been overwhelming. We've doubled the amount of water that we can get back into this wetland system, and we've sent a really strong message to Senator Penny Wong and to other Australian politicians that people want to see action to fix the Murray River system. We just want to see more water added. We want to just add water to the rest of the Murray-Darling Basin.